Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Shermaine, aka Tim McGinnis, coming at y'all with some more Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer beta. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why it sucks playing against high-level players, and not because they're good, but because of their behavior. And it's a little funny how there's a video that I'm going to release, and it's just called Halo 5 Beta, My Final Thoughts. And there's a couple of things that I've mentioned in that video that I was going to talk about in a separate video, but I'm releasing this video first. But yet it's going to be redundant because I say some of the same stuff in the other video that I was going to release first, but I'm going to release later on. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying? Like I thought to myself, like, okay, so I got two gameplays, or my two last gameplays from the beta, so why not make two different videos, right? And I thought definitely one is my overall thoughts and stuff like that, and then I had another one. I was like, well, why not make another one? Why not make another video? So you kind of get what I'm saying? Like, it's a little jumbled up, so my bad about that. Yeah, man, this gameplay: 14 kills, 4 assists, 2 deaths. When I did not have fun playing this gameplay or playing this game because I had to play the role of sniper the whole fucking game, and I don't like to do that. You know, my style is run around and have some fun and stuff like that. But when you're playing with scrubs, the best player's got to be the sniper. You know what I mean? The best player's got to be the point guard. The best player's got to play shortstop, whatever, blah blah blah. Which I don't really think there is a best player in baseball, but you know, we're not gonna get into that. It's a different video. So I'm going to talk about why it's not really fun to play against high-level players in video games, well, in Halo 5, and we're going to relate it to other video games as well as sports. Not so much because of their skill, but their behaviors and tendencies. So, like I've mentioned plenty of times before, in Halo 5, I absolutely hate playing against high-level players. You know, the people that are in semi-pro and pro, they are the most boring fucking people to play against. Because they never fucking move, guys. Like I'm so tired of it, and it's not camping really. Because if you play Call of Duty before, and you come play Halo, you know the difference between maintaining a position and camping. So there's a little bit of a difference, but in layman's terms, they're kind of the same. Feel me? But yo, like these cats will get in 1 or 2 spots and they just won't move. And Breakout is a prime example of them committing this crime. They will sit on top where the battle rifle spawned and they will not move. They will not move. They will want you to come to them. And it's so fucking boring, man. And it's like, what can you do? Because they have a more advantageous position than you. You know, they're higher up than you, military 101. They can use their grenades effectively while you can't. You know, you can't smoke them out of a place unless you get a perfectly thrown grenade because they have cover covering them, and there's not a whole lot you can throw the grenade off of. So you have to be really precise in your throw to get a good throw to smoke them out, to do some damage, get them to abandon that position. While you, on the other hand, are running around in like a little rat maze and shit. I don't like it, man. It's so boring, man. It's like these cats think they're really gonna die if they move out and get shot. Like I've said before, it's natural to like things that are similar. You know, human beings have an affinity for things that are similar to things that they like, that they prefer. You know, it's just wired. That's how we're wired. Is if you like baseball, then cool, then I like you that much more as a person. If you like basketball, then cool, I like you that much more as a person. I want to get to know you more. If a girl loves video games, oh man, then hell yeah, I want to, you know, if she loves Titanfall, then she's my wife. You know, you kind of get what I'm saying? And I like playing against players that play like me, that like to run around and like to get kills and move and jump and use all the abilities and stuff like that. I hate playing against players that just stay in elevated positions and don't really fucking move. Oh my god, it's so fucking boring. That's why I like to play against scrubs, which, one, they suck, so you can dominate them, so that's always nice, bump up the KD a little bit, but I just like how they play. They just go, they run around, they don't give a fuck, because they know it's a video game, and they're just trying to have some fun, where these cats, you know, blah 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 blah. And it happens in other games too. In Call of Duty it happens, you know, camping, all that good stuff. Titanfall, it did happen for a brief period of time. You know that video that I made, the rant video about all the campers, how they invaded all the COD kids? Yeah, it happened. But then they left for whatever reason, and thank fucking God they left, and Titanfall got back to its high octane, high adrenaline, fast paced goodness. That's why I loved it. You know, the all that good stuff. Man, I couldn't even, shit, I fucked up right there. I had a whole sentence that I was going to say, but it didn't come out when I tried to open my mouth. Just blah, 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 blah. So, moving on. Like, it doesn't really happen in Titanfall with the high-level players. To me, at least in my experience, and I played the shit out of that game. And honestly, guys, I would consider myself a relatively decent player. Like, I would consider myself a above average to, you know, borderline high level player. Every gameplay that I posted on here was fucking good, wasn't it not? Like, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just being honest. You know, I always like 15-1, 17-2, you know, something like that. And I have like a shitload of perfects on the game, a lot of perfections on that game. I've always said for Titanfall, if you run good routes, you don't need a silencer in that game. And I would consider myself a prime example because I've got shitloads of perfects in that game, and I never sat still. I always run around. That's one thing. That itself is one reason why I love Titanfall. And I would consider myself a really good player in that game, and I never moved around. Shit, even Chance, when we played, he can tell you that first game we played, him and I think I went 19-0, and he was like, "Damn," and I was like, "Hey, man. You know, that's just another day at the office." And he moved around too, and you know, we were communicating, so we had a blast. It was a lot of fun, but we never sat still. We were always moving around, and that's why I think, like, how you're a high level player. Why are you afraid to move around? You're afraid to get killed? Like, you're gonna die, dude. You're gonna die if you run good routes in any game. Really, you don't need a fucking silencer. You don't need to stay off the grid. It just aggravates me, man. It just aggravates me. And you know, let's talk about Killer Instinct, a fighting game. You know, fighting games are a lot different with high level players. So let's say you take Guile from Street Fighter. You know, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna turtle defense you, and he's gonna throw sonic booms, and he's gonna dash forward because it's a free mix-up basically. You have to block it, or unless you want to get hit, and he'll go in another combo. You have to block it. Then he can go high, he can go overhead, he can go low, he can go cross up. He can go grab, you know. Eventually, you learn how to counter that. I don't play Street Fighter, but I'm saying you learn how to counteract that. You know, if they throw a fireball and it's safe, you know, you learn to backdash. You learn to DP in that small frame of window. Or in Killer Instinct, you can shadow counter. You know what I'm saying? You learn to, you know, overcome that. Same thing with sports. Let's take an example, another example from me. There's a guy who I played against, Tony Mancha. He throws really fucking hard, guys. I'm talking like mid 80s to high 80s in his prime, and that's over 120 miles an hour in baseball. Actually, let me correct myself. It's over 100 miles an hour in baseball. He can just pump that fastball all day long, and I'll get burnt. I'll get gassed because I can't touch it. But eventually, I'm gonna hit him because I'm gonna time it right, and I'm gonna get him. You know what I mean? That's why you can't do that in sports, because there's always an alternative to that. You know what I mean? You can't do the same play in football. You can't throw the same pitch in baseball. You can't do the same post move in basketball, because someone's going to be able to beat you and turn that around. But in video games like in Halo and stuff like that, you can't really do that. They're on a high elevated position. Like, you can't just go and try to flank them because they're going to know you're coming. You know what I mean? That's why I do not like playing against high level players, and I would prefer to play against scrubs or people that are around my skill level. So that's going to do it for me, you guys. A whole bunch of jibber jabber. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. 14-4-2. I'm out. Peace. Have a good day.